Hello, my name is Jonelle, and welcome to my channel. This is my first YouTube vlog video that I am making as an adult. As a child, I tried to have like a Jonelle show thing that was actually really popular for some reason in my middle school, and then I stopped because my brother tried to take over the show, and plus, I was a busy middle schooler. I had a life. So now I'm revisiting this at my big age of 26 because I would like to show people how to live a sustainable lifestyle and show them that it's not perfect. And I sort of just want to document my journey of my late 20s because I want to leave my mark. I think I'll be here for a long, long time in terms of like living in decades and stuff. But I just want a vlog to show like my journey into my late 20s and my Saturn return and all those things. So this YouTube channel is going to be about me and my life. If you don't know about me, which you don't because you're just tuning in, but I am so many things. I am an executive director of this amazing nonprofit called Scrap Atlanta. We are an environmental arts organization. And one day I will talk about my journey of how I got into the whole thing. But I like that I have a career that I can center around purpose and sustainability, providing access to the arts for people of different backgrounds means so much to me. And I've always liked the environment. Today is Earth Day, and that is why I'm making this video, because I'm like, Earth Day is a day that inspires people to really think beyond how they're currently living to preserve our Earth. And that is why I was like, you know what? Today's a day. Today's a day where I'm going to share my journey to living more sustainably, because I started a blog back when I was an undergrad at the University of Georgia called The Eco Afro. And it was very small. It's still small now. I think I post like once or twice a year. But I originally started it because I was like, there aren't any Black voices in the environmental movement, and I'm mad. And my first persona that I had when I was in my early environmentalist days, I was mad. I was angry because I was like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? And then I learned that these things are happening. There are a lot of Black voices in the environmental space. And since I started my blog, so many other Black environmentalist pages have popped up and they have taken off. And it was one of those things where I was like, man, maybe if I kept at it, where would the Eco Afro be? But then I'm like, that wasn't my path. Like, I think I'm where I'm supposed to be right now with Scrap Atlanta, and also with other things in my life. Like the same year I started the Eco Afro, I also started a jewelry business called Euphoria Jewels. And with that, I started selling jewelry to help pay for my study abroad trip to Ghana. The jewelry did not cover that trip whatsoever. Scholarships did. But it was a very great opportunity for me to start my entrepreneurial journey. I got so many skills that I wasn't getting because I was getting passed over for internships and job opportunities. And as I built my jewelry business, I was able to use it to fund other things in my life. Like, it helped me pay for day-to-day expenses, get through graduate school. I grew confident in building sales displays and marketing and just internet business, like e-commerce. And eventually that actually did help me with my current position, becoming the executive director at Scrap Atlanta, because it involved a lot of creativity and understanding like just the struggles of someone who has a handcrafted business, their barriers to entry, like such as supplies for their materials that they need to make their products, and also just basic like packaging, and seeing that, we can contribute to the circular economy by showing businesses that if you don't need this anymore, you can donate this to your Creative Reuse Center and we can give it to an artist who's just starting out. So that was great to see. And then another part of my journey that I'm also hoping to build is my comedy. So about 2 years ago, I started doing stand-up comedy. I started going to workshops and I just kept telling jokes. And now I host a craft and comedy night with my friend C. Will. It is a monthly event where we craft, of course, and then we also tell jokes. It is like an open mic experience, and we just encourage it to be a safe space for Black women, femmes, and gender expansive folks to tell their jokes. We've had drag, we've had improv. We have those things because we want people to play with comedy. I don't know if you are familiar with the Atlanta open mic scene, but there's a lot of spaces where I've been, and it's just been a lot of men. And some men like to start their jokes off with homophobia and every phobia you can imagine. And I think it makes it very uncomfortable for the rest of the people who have to perform. So we are creating this safe space with our craft and comedy nights. So what is going to be on this channel? Why did I say all this? This channel is just going to show my eco journey, my comedy, my crafting. I am a fiber artist. I think you can see behind me, this closet is full of fabric. I am actually grounded from buying fabric for the next 6-ish months because I work essentially at a secondhand fabric store. Fabric keeps coming my way. I keep, rolling fabric into my bag. Then I realized, well, that's not very sustainable of me, and I need to sew through my stash. So you're going to see the things that I make. I am the epitome of slow fashion. It takes me about 2 weeks of consistent sewing to make 1 to 2 garments. And I don't sew every day. So I make about 2 garments a month. And that's why my goal is to wait 6 months to buy more fabric and even put fabric in my stash, which is very important, an important caveat. Because usually what I do is I put fabric in my stash in my office, and then about every couple of months I cash out and buy the fabric. And yes, even though I am the executive director, I still have to buy the things that get donated to the store because, we have to make money off of it, and it's not fair, not a good example to the employees if I'm getting free fabric and supplies and they're not. So, of course, I have to pay, which also is another reason why I need to just not buy so much fabric. I need to save money and spend it on other things. Yes, so you're gonna see my sewing journey. Like I said, you're gonna see some comedy. I do cosplay, and I try and cosplay as efficiently and as thrifty as possible. I'm actually hosting 2 panels at MomoCon this year, so I will talk more about that in later videos. What I'm gonna try and do is post once a week. I know it's very ambitious of me, but I'm like, you know what? Post 1 10-minute vlog a week. And they're going to include, like I said, the things of my sustainable living journey, my comedy, my crafting, my gardening. I currently am working on container gardening, and I do have some things that are growing. I have some sprouts. So you'll see my joy when I grow onions, because right now that's what's popping in my garden, and I am so happy. And then you'll also see my grief when I have successfully killed a couple of my plants that I really believed in. But also I am trying to do this as organic as possible. I am not using any like harsh chemicals in my garden. I'm just using like neem oil, castile soap, cinnamon, like all of those like natural things, just to see like what can I grow with these like resources. So yeah, and then last but not least, I want to also try and do book reviews. We'll see how that goes. I love Hoopla. That is my library app, and I like to listen to a lot of audiobooks. And so I also have a lot of feelings that I want to express when I listen to these audiobooks, and I feel like Goodreads is not good enough for me to express my opinion. I need like an actual platform for me to yell and scream and rant about what I just read or heard in this audiobook. So be prepared for some reviews from me. So yeah, that's pretty much what this channel is going to be about. I am going to conclude this video with I don't want to call it a fabric haul, but I I guess at this point it is a haul of fabric that I have accumulated over the past couple of months. And it was also my impetus to have my me being grounded from buying fabric. I will say I do have my own craft room. I am fortunate to have that in my house, but I want to encourage and challenge myself for the sake of saving my relationship to keep all of my craft supplies in my craft room, and that involves me crafting those materials. So when I get low on storage space, like this closet and the mini crates that I have in here, I want to encourage myself to just then go and start crafting, because that is why we get these materials. I know people like to say fabric shopping and sewing are two different hobbies. I understand that sentiment, but I do not want that to be my truth. I want to actually sew the things that I make. So I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I have in my stash and my plans for them. So